I am a Mocha Mom and I am back with a new hot topic video. Self-acceptance. Is it me or is it them? Jobs where it's against regulation to wear your hair in certain styles. Cornrows and locks are probably the ones that I think of most easily. Even maybe the afro. Thinking it's inappropriate. Is it me or is it them? Special occasions where you're going to be speaking in front of people. Maybe it's a life event like getting married or graduation or something. Suddenly, you're not just looking for a style, you're looking for a texture change. Is it me or is it them? A lot of times in my life, I've thought it was them, but I'm coming to realize more and more that it's really me. Sometimes regulations take shape in a season or in a time when the context of the world and society makes sense for that regulation to be in place. And if these regulations exist, do we feel like we just should go along with it? Do we feel like there's anything we should do to challenge them? Have we approached anyone about these regulations and asked whether or not it still makes sense in the context of today? In the context of who we are today and what we believe and finally know about ourselves? Do we feel like it would be worthless to even make a challenge? When you decided to relax your hair because you didn't know, you believed that you didn't have any other choice for the situation that you were in. Before you went and did that, did you challenge anybody on that? Did you ask any questions? I'm not talking about being disrespectful or being rash, but did you ask? Did you ask whether or not a change could be made? Did you gather a group of people with you to ask whether or not a change could be made? A change should be made. And at the end of the day, did you really think it through that you didn't want to go forward because that was inappropriate for you? I think once you've thought all those things through, you have to ask yourself, in that situation, is it really them? Or is it you? Is it a choice that you're making to go with the flow? I'm thinking that it makes sense for us and it makes sense for our daughters, our girls, and our sons in shaping their personal view of themselves. It makes sense to challenge the assumption that something that's authentically you is not appropriate in any situation that you're in. I think we need to challenge that. We need to challenge that. I should be able to be myself in any situation and fly. Why is a texture change necessary? The other day I did a lock style. I think I did a video. I did make a video about it. It's my video about dressing up. It's a video response to Who is Sugar, dressing up your twist, and I did it on my locks. And I had all my hair moved over to the side, and then there was just this section over here that was back like this, and it showed. And you know, it bothered me that my edges were just raw like this. I thought I wondered if I should smooth the hair down. And with gel. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with smoothing the hair down with gel. But the style itself was extremely neat. So, it was just the texture that I was feeling like maybe it would be more polished and put together if I slicked it smooth and straight. And I thought about that, and I mean, honestly, with locks, a style that just looks fuzzy, and my hair does, it's straight nappy and kinky. The fact that felt like I wasn't done until I smoothed and slicked it down shiny, in complete opposition to what the rest of my hair was doing, just made me realize that that's not them, that's me. I've internalized this. I've come to believe that, you know, letting my hair be what it is somehow inadequate and needs to be fixed somehow. And I think it's a real problem. And it's not something that I want to pass on to my girls. I feel like they ought to be able to be authentically themselves and be able to find styles and be able to find ways of wearing their hair that makes sense for the texture that they have. And nobody ought to be able to tell them that it's against regulation. It's against regulations to wear your hair in the way that works the best for the texture that it is. You're being faddish by wearing a style you've been wearing all your life since you were a little girl. I just think there's a big, big problem with that. What do you think? Let me know what you think, though. Be blessed.